Hi, Danny Hammond in Kansas City. It's good to talk to you about something else. We're talking about UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, Chapter 3, Chapter 9, which govern negotiable instruments and how they are negotiated, transacted, and transferred. We're not going to talk about a particular Uniform Commercial Code because the reason we're talking about Uniform Commercial Code is because that's a central set of rules and laws that everybody uses in the country, and therefore they're simple, they're old, judges understand them, lawyers understand them, and I'm going to diverge from that and go to a case, or an actual case citation. This is one of my favorites. I needed to know what splitting of the note in deed of trust is. I'd figured out that it was done every time, and the whole idea of the mortgage electronic registration systems and people wanting to call something fraud or wrongful foreclosure, too modern, too new for a judge, too unbelievable. We think there's 30 million bad loans in America over the past decade, and judges have a lot of trouble taking that in. So let's go back to 1872 when we first have defined for us bifurcation. Bifurcation is the splitting of the note in deed of trust. If your lender, and I still would look for the word, but if your lender is trying to foreclose on you by saying they have the right to under the deed of trust, your first question is, do you have the note that goes with that deed of trust? Both documents, always both documents. In Missouri, until the 60s or 70s, it was one document. It was the note and the mortgage being the same meaning as deed of trust. Carpenter versus Longan says this, that the note is essential, and the note is the superior instrument. The deed of trust is incidental to the deal. You could have put 600 bicycles as collateral up for the same amount of money. You borrowed $150,000, you didn't have to put up your house, you could have put up 600 bicycles or any other stupid thing you can think of. So a man named Carpenter loaned $493 to buy a farm to a couple called Longan. Longans and Carpenter signed a contract that said the Longans would give Carpenter from the farm a certain percentage of the wheat every year. He was to go sell it at the grain elevator, and that converted it to money. He applied the money to the loan. 5-year note, he comes back in 5 years, he's going to foreclose. And I'm going to have to paraphrase here because I wasn't there, but they said, what about the wheat we gave you that you were to convert into money by selling it and apply it to the loan? And he said something like, well, what money? What wheat? Took him to court. It goes to the United States Supreme Court in 1872, and the Supreme Court rules that Carpenter changed the deal when he didn't use the wheat to pay on the note. The wheat was mentioned in the deed of trust, mortgage, and the payment was to the promissory note. When he didn't apply it, he voided the deed of trust and voided the note because it took the terms of both to be one deal. You cannot split the note and deed of trust. The promissory note is essential, so the saying is the security instrument, mortgage, deed of trust, wherever your house is on, that instrument follows the note because the note is the debt. If in fact, which is true in your loan, my loan, Phil's loan back there, everyone's loan is the same. MERS has split the note from the deed of trust, and I can explain to you why, and I might even do that next time. Carpenter versus Longan, U.S. Supreme Court, 1872, wheat is currency. Thank you. Danny Hammond, let us know if you have any questions. We'll get back to you next day.